Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Real Sports Live. I'm Mark Molina, and we're coming to you from Cabinets Field for the CBCA All-Star Baseball game. And we're getting things off here, East versus West. And starting things off here is going to be the East baseball team and the home team West. And we're going to get a walk here from the East All-Stars. And coming up next to bat is going to be Blake Bazell, who's going to get intentionally walked. So that's going to put two runners on here for the East All-Stars in the top of the first inning. And from Alice, number 9, Isai Campos coming to the plate with two on and nobody out here in the top of the first inning. And there's the pitch. Count 1-0, and on the mound here for the West All-Star is going to be Daniel Trevino. From Sinton, and he's coming off a weekend in which he was playing in the Class 4A state semifinal. And this pitch comes in for a strike, and the count 1-1 here, 1-1 strike for Alice's Isai Campos. With two on and nobody out here, top of the first, and here's the pitch, and this one's going to be a ground out to first for the first out of the game. Runner's going to move over to second and third. So one down here, and the runners move over. And coming up to the plate now for also from Alice is going to be RJ Carrillo. With one out here and runners on second and third in the top of the first inning. And here's the delivery from Trevino down the middle, swing and a miss for strike number 1. I want to thank everybody who's joining us in. Right behind us, we have the softball CBCA All-Star game starting a little bit earlier. Kevin Naro on the call over there at that one. And I'm Mark Molina here from Cabinets at the baseball field. That one's still going on, so both these games going on simultaneously. So make sure you're watching both. Catch the replays of them afterwards as a swing and miss here for strike number 3 and out number 2. So 2 down here. And the top of the first. And from Santa Gertrudis is going to be Jacob Espinosa. Coming to the plate. And he's going to send this one foul up the third base line as it falls just foul there on that line. And the count could be 0-1 for him. A lot of baseball here in the last couple of days was in Austin and in Round Rock since Wednesday, covering London and Sinton over there in the state baseball tournament. As this pitch comes in for strike number 2, the count now 0-2 for Jacob Espinosa. And Espinosa gets a piece of this one, hits it over to the second baseman, and there's a throw. And they're going to say he's safe there, and that's going to be a base hit. And an RBI single here for the first run of the game. So that's going to put runners at the corners with 2 down. And coming to the plate from Ben Bolt, going to be Chris Garcia. And Garcia, this one into the infield is going to fall. And a runner's going to come in and over, sliding into third is going to be Espinosa. So 2 runs coming in here. So after that RBI single, it's now 2-0 in favor of the East All-Stars. And this is Gilbert Gonzalez from Corpus Christi Carroll coming up to the plate. And the count's now 0-2 for him. And swing and a miss, quick at bat there. That's going to end the inning. And 2 runs come across on 1 hit. There was no errors, and there was 2 runners left on base. We're through the top of the first inning. We'll be back. Take a break here, and bottom of the first coming at you after this. This is Real Sports Live. We'll be back.
America has one army, but we have many soldiers. From the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history, there are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown. Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles. How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
Hi, I'm Rolo Rodriguez, and I'm a partner with New York Life Insurance Company. For 170 years, New York Life has built a reputation for building some of the finest agents in the industry. I help to manage that process from day one. If you're looking to challenge yourself and build an insurance and financial service business, then I would like to show you how I can help.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown. Whether you're visiting or vacationing at South Padre Island, be sure to book your place to stay with Island Services. Locally owned for over 40 years. Trusted, reliable for condo and beach house rentals. Call and visit the website today. Island Services. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Bottom of the first inning, leading things off here for the West All-Stars on the bottom of the first. Cal Allen's Luke Smith, and on the mound for the East All-Stars is going to be Atlas's Isai Campos. And the count 1-0 here for Smith. And that next pitch comes in for a ball, so the count now 2 balls, no strikes for Luke Smith. And here's a pitch, and Smith makes contact with that one and sends it towards the dugout up the third base line. And that's going to be a 2-1 count, 2 balls, 1 strike after that foul ball. So the East All-Stars putting up a couple of runs in the top of the first inning. Lead 2-0 here. And here's the pitch in from Campos. So it comes in a little low and into the turf for the count 3-1. I want to thank everybody for who's tuned in here. You can follow us on all our social media pages. And this one's going to come in low, and that's going to be a leadoff walk here as Luke Smith going to get on base. And from Port Lavaca Calhoun, going to be Dalton Alford. And when it comes to the plate, you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, where you can find all our archive stuff and all the live games there. You can follow us on Instagram, wherever you guys do social media, we're there. That's Real Sports Live, RIOSportsLive.com is our website, and Real Sports Live is who we are. And here's a pitch, and Smith slides into second, and he's going to slide in safely, and it's going to put a runner over at second base now, and count 0-1. For Calhoun's Dalton Alford. And Alford. And a nice diving play there to first on the infield. And it's going to be safe there. So the runner's going to be at the corners at first and third. And nobody out, so a good start here for the West here in the bottom of the second. And coming to the plate, this number 13, Dalen Pena. And the count now 0-2. So Pena with a good opportunity here. Runners at the corner, one in scoring position, nobody out. Here's the 0-2 pitch on the way from Campos. And Pena gets a piece of this one, and he's going to send this one to deep center, and he's going to fly out for out number 1. And the runner's going to score on the sac fly. And the score now 2-1 here, and a runner at second now. And coming up for the West is going to be number 2, Sergio Guerra. That's a familiar name. He's been on our broadcast a couple of times. You remember in the football season, a heck of a defensive player. And here he sends this one deep, 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 deep. And a 2-run shot. And Guerra can do it all. And we're singing his praises here for being an all-around athlete, and he just jacked this one into deep left field. He just made contact with all of that one. And check out the replay, and just gets all of that one and sends it a deep right here. And it's now 3-2 West with 1 down. And from Flower Bluff, this one's Aiden Pettis at the plate. And excuse me, this is Kennedy, Jaron Salias. My mistake. So the count 2-2 for Salias. And swing and a miss here, and that's going to be a strike number 3 and out number 2. 2 down in the inning. And 2 out and 2 on, and nobody on is going to be Daniel Trevino from Sinton, and he's going to get a piece of this one, and he's going to send it into center field. It gets away from the center fielder here, and that's going to be a triple here for Trevino as he makes his way around the bases there for a 2-out triple here. And here comes Tolosa Midway's Christian Benavides with a runner in scoring position. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first, which has been really lights out first inning for both teams. 2 runs come across for the East in the top of the first, and then a 2-run shot here by Sergio Guerra to make it 3-2. And this one hit into left field, and it's going to be an RBI single for Benavides as another run's going to score for the West All-Stars, and they're in business, putting up a 4 spot here in the bottom of the first inning. And coming to the plate is going to be Corpus Christi Kings' Eddie Molina, no relation, number 21 to the plate, with a runner on first, 2 outs here. And this pitch comes in for strike number 1. And here's a throw from the catcher over to first, not in time. And you see Benavides able to get back on the bag. And the count 1-1, 1 ball, 1 strike here. So 2-1, and here's the 2-1 pitch on the way, and this one popped up, and the shortstop's going to get under it for the 3rd out here, but the damage is done by the West as they put up 4 runs on 4 hits. There's no errors, and there was a runner left on base, and we're through 1. We're headed to the 2nd inning, people, and the West All-Stars lead the East 4-2. Keep it here. This is Real Sports Live. We'll be back right after this.
America has one army, but we have many soldiers. From the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history, there are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
Josh Moody and Coach Rolly Gonzalez of Josh Moody Loans are former Harlingen Cardinals and would like to wish all the teams good luck in tonight's games.
This game is brought to you in part by the Concession Stand in Santa Rosa, a locally owned business providing a terrific atmosphere before or after the games and supporting athletes of all ages. When you're in Santa Rosa, be sure to stop by the Concession Stand and choose from the wide assortment of goodies. An advertising partner with Rio Sports Live is the Concession Stand. And he throws it down. Oh! See you later, touchdown.
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
Uniforms, etc., you're going to find the opportunity to purchase the best high-quality scrubs. Soon after I learned about how the EDC was helping out the community, and so I did meet with Ms. Castillo. She made it very easy, very friendly, and she walked me every step of the way. I couldn't have done it without their help.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Top of the second inning, leading off for the East All-Stars is going to be Walter Yannick for the Gregory Portland Wildcats. Coming to the plate, and Yannick is going to belt one in here to center field, and that's going to be a leadoff hit as he's coming around. Past second, and he's going to come in, and that's going to be a leadoff triple here for Yannick. And that's going to be a heck of a way to lead off here, and a lot of offense that we've seen here so far. And also from Gregory Portland, Malachi Lott. So Lott with a runner at third, no outs here in the top of the second. Swing, miss, strike number one. And the count 1-1 here for Lott. Swing and a miss for strike number two. And on the mound is from Kennedy, Jaron Salais. And the count 1-2. And here's the pitch. And Lott hits this one over to the second baseman, who can't get a hold of it there. And it's going to be safe, and a run's going to come in. And that's going to be a RBI single. That's going to bring a run in. And from Beeville is going to be Garrett Luke coming to the plate. With the runner on first, no outs here, and a run coming across for the East already. It's a 4-3 ball game with the West in the lead. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swing, miss for Luke for strike two, and the count moves to 0-2. No balls, two strikes. For Luke with a runner on. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and this one a bouncer over to third base. And the play is going to be made off the bag a little bit for the 5-3 put out, and the runner is going to move over to third for out number one. And here comes London's John Martinez. And Martinez here playing, and you got to give props to that kid coming in off a very emotional state championship game yesterday morning. London a couple of outs away, but they watch Malakoff bring in 4 runs in the bottom of the 7th as they see a state title slip through their fingers. But a very young London team, and a very big part of that success was John Martinez, a senior, spoke very highly of his teammates after the game and predicts they'll be back with a very young squad. You can almost bet on it there for London. But here he is at the plate. One down and a runner at third. And a 1-1 count here. And this one's going to be fouled off. So the count 1-2, 1-2 pitch on the way. And here's the 1-2 pitch in, and this one popped up and over into the stands down the first base line. And the count going to stay 1-2, 1 ball, 2 strikes here for John Martinez. And the 1-2 pitch. About to be on the way here from Kennedy Slice, and Martinez is going to hit this one over to third baseman, and there's the throw made for the 5-3 putout, and out number 2. And Samuel Mays from Rockport Fulton coming to the plate. 2 down and a runner at third. And we're going to get a pinch runner here for the East All-Stars. And that's going to be, looks like number 9, Jacob Espinosa. Coming in to pinch run. Or I think that's Ryan Thomasy from George West. So the count 0-1 here for Samuel Mays. And Mays hits this one right to the pitcher, and that's going to be the easy play made there at the end of the inning. So another run comes across for the East in the top of the second, and they still trail the West 4-3. We're through 1.5, headed to the bottom of the second. Keep it here. This is Real Sports Live. We'll be back right after this.
Come visit our new store in downtown Harlingen. We have furniture, appliances, clothes, collectibles, and more. All funds collected support the Sunny Glen Children's Home. Come see us at Vintage on Jackson at First and Jackson in Harlingen.
A Piece of Cake by Ibarras in Harlingen is a sweet stop for cakes, cookies, and pastries. The best in town for specialty cakes made to order. Sweetbread, cookies, pies, or how about cupcakes? At A Piece of Cake by Ibarras, try a Texas-style cinnamon roll, or how about some tamales? Wedding cakes, graduations, you dream it and they can make it. The best in town is A Piece of Cake by Ibarras in Harlingen.
And he throws it down. Oh! See you later, touchdown.
Hi, my name is Angela Rodriguez, and I am one of the owners here at Main Street Boutique and Bistro. We heard about the rent subsidy grant, so we contacted Rebecca Castillo with the EDC, and she was very helpful. She told us, what we needed to do, the requirements, and helped us go through the application process.
There is a feeling you get when you walk onto a campus.
A sense of love, compassion, and dedication.
An environment that inspires each of our HCISD family members
to do their best and to be their best.
We ground our education on strong character, and together, we will always persist towards the future.
We are a district of choice.
A district of innovation.
And a district of excellence.
We are HCISD.
And he throws it down. Oh! See you later, touchdown.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are in the bottom of the second inning here at the CBCA All-Star Game, and on the mound now is going to be Gregory Portland's Malachi Lott pitching for the East All-Stars. And from Refugio, Ethan Perez coming to the plate to lead things off here for the West. Put up 4 runs on 4 hits the first time out, and they lead here 4-3. And here's the first pitch from Lott. Comes in, called strike 1. And this one is going to be hit right to the first baseman, and it's going to be a ground out to first. First baseman bobbled it a little bit, but still able to get a piece of it and make the play, and that's going to be 1 down. And coming to the plate from Cueto for the West All-Stars, Austin Schwartz. With 1 down and nobody on. And Schwartz gets a piece of that one and fouls it off into the netting behind him. And the count 0-1. And if you guys are just joining us, this is the CBCA Baseball All-Star Game. 7 p.m. first pitch. This one started, and right behind us in the softball field at 5 p.m. there was the softball CBCA All-Star Game. You'll be able to find that one on our Facebook, Twitter, and our YouTube in the archive. Just go pull up our page, Real Sports Live, RIO Sports Live, and wherever you guys use social media, and be able to find that and much, much more in our archives here. Schwartz fouls this one off, and the count now 1-2. And the 1-2 pitch coming in. Now one fouled off. Count going to stay 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And here's the 1-2 pitch in from Lott, and Schwartz is going to put that one into the center field gap for a base hit, and is going to put a runner on here. So with 1 on and 1 out, Corey Can coming to the plate for the West All-Stars. Victoria East Titans, part of that 29-5A baseball district, really solid district this season. A lot of good baseball being played there and here at this field. And here's Can is going to fly out to left field for out number 2. And 2 down, runner on second. Or runner on first, excuse me. And coming to the plate from Cueto is going to be Jake Payne. And the pitch in from Lott, swing and a miss for strike number 1. And the count 0-1 here for Payne with the runner on first and 2 out. This pitch comes in, called strike 2. And the count 0-2. And this pitch from Lott comes in into the turf. And the runner's going to advance. That's going to be Schwartz over to second. And the count 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 outs and a runner at second now for the West All-Stars. This pitch comes in, swing and a miss for strike 3, and that's going to end the inning. And the score is going to remain 4-3. We're through 2 complete. We're headed to the 3rd inning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Real Sports Live. We'll be back right after this.
America has one army, but we have many soldiers. From the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history, there are over 150 paths to service. Which path will
Hi, I'm Rodo Rodriguez, and I'm a partner with New York Life Insurance Company. For 170 years, New York Life has built a reputation for building some of the finest agents in the industry. I help to manage that process from day one. If you're looking to challenge yourself and build an insurance and financial service business, then I would like to show you how I can help.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
Whether you're visiting or vacationing at South Padre Island, be sure to book your place to stay with Island Services. Locally owned for over 40 years, Trusted, reliable. For condo and beach house rentals, call and visit the website today. Island Services.
Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are in the top of the third inning. And leading off from Banquete is going to be Josh Moreno. On the mound for Calhoun is going to be Dalton Outford as we are in the top of the third. And the count now 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes for the leadoff man from Banquete, Josh Moreno. And Moreno is going to hit this right over to the second baseman, who's going to make a throw over to first for the 4-3. And out number 1. And 1 down here in the top of the third inning. And coming to the plate from Fremont is going to be Joey Naranjo. With 1 down here in the top of the third, nobody on. And here's the pitch from Alford, and Naranjo swings, misses, called strike number 1. So a lot of early offense in the first inning. East puts up 2. The West drops 4 in the bottom of the first. The East picks up a run at the top of the second, and the West scoreless in the bottom of that inning. We're through 2 complete here, and it's a 4-3 lead for the West. As count now 0-2 from Naranjo. And here's the 0-2 pitch, and this one into the turf, bouncing in over to the catcher for ball number 1. And here's the 1-2 pitch from Alford. Swing and a miss for strike 3, and down goes Naranjo swinging for out number 2. And coming to the plate from Miller, it's going to be Adrian Ortiz with 2 down, nobody on here in the top of the third inning. And the pitch in from Alford. Ball number 1. Alford working quickly there on the mound. And this one's going to get hit fouled over to past the dugout over on the first base line. And the count 1-1, 1 ball, 1 strike for Adrian Ortiz of Corpus Christi Miller. And Miller Bucks playing in a tough district with the Sintons, the Rockports of the world. And this one hit right up the middle for a base hit for Ortiz, who's going to get on here, a runner on with 2 down. It's going to be runner on, 2 down here, and from Moody is going to be James Perales. Coming to the plate, and here's the pitch, and Perales sends this one bouncing past the second baseman's glove, and he's going to get on base there with a single. So back-to-back singles for the East All-Stars, putting 2 runners on. And for Mathis, Darian Rodriguez coming to the plate now with 2 down and 2 on. First pitch coming in from Alford, called strike one. And Rodriguez sends this one bouncing to the pitcher and who makes the throw. It's not there, and a runner's going to come in. And a run's going to score, and coming across looking for a second one. Here's Perales, who's going to slide into home, and 2 runs are going to score on the error on the infield. And Ortiz and Perales come in, and the East All-Stars retake the lead here. And look at the replay here. Pitcher doing a good job of locating it, just can't make the throw, and see the runners being able to come across, and Perales nicely done there, sliding into home and giving the East All-Stars a 5-4 lead. And here comes Aaron Swedish from Banquete with 2 down, a runner at third. A little bit of a 2-out rally here for the East All-Stars. They now lead 5-4. And the count 1-1. And Swedish hits this one over to the second baseman. Nice throw there, but off the mark. And another run's going to score here for the East All-Stars. So Rodriguez comes in, and a runner at first. And from George West coming to the plate now, Ryan Thomasy, 2 down and a runner at first. For these All-Stars, they put up 3 runs here in this top of the 3rd inning. And this pitch comes in a little outside for ball 1. All the damage done here in this inning on this 2-out rally to get back-to-back singles here, and then it all just snowballed there, and 3 runs coming in for the East. And Thomasy right to the second baseman, and he's going to toss it over to the shortstop for the force out, and out number 3. And 3 more runs coming for the East All-Stars. They lead 6-4. We're through 2.5. Headed to the bottom of the inning. Keep it here, ladies and gentlemen. We're Real Sports Live. We'll be back right after this.
America has one army, but we have many soldiers. From the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history, there are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
Josh Moody and Coach Rolly Gonzalez of Josh Moody Loans are former Harlingen Cardinals and would like to wish all the teams good luck in tonight's games.
This game is brought to you in part by the Concession Stand in Santa Rosa, a locally owned business providing a terrific atmosphere before or after the games and supporting athletes of all ages. When you're in Santa Rosa, be sure to stop by the Concession Stand and choose from the wide assortment of goodies. An advertising partner with Rio Sports Live is the Concession Stand.
And he throws it down. Oh! See you later, touchdown.
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Bottom of the 3rd inning, the East All-Stars retake the lead in the top of the 3rd. 2-out rally. Plates 3 runs for the East All-Stars, and coming up is the West. And on the mound for the East All-Stars is going to be Premont's Joey Naranjo coming up to the mound. And And here comes the West All-Stars. So these All-Stars put up 2 runs in the first, 1 run in the second, and 3 more in the third. They've scored every inning out here so far. The West with the 4th spot in the bottom of the first. And coming up, starting is going to be from Bishop, DJ Reina. The Bishop Badgers falling in the regional final, the Class 3A regional final, to the London Pirates. And this first pitch coming in for ball number 1, count 1-0 here for the leadoff man, Reina. This next pitch comes in outside for ball 2. And this CBCA All-Star game, a really good representation of the senior talent in the area. Just a lot of baseball talent you see just by the deep playoff runs by several of these teams as this pitch comes in. Swing and a miss for Reina. The Class 3A and 4A region finals all decided from teams from the Coastal Bend. In 4A, Sinton and Cal Allen. And in Class 3A, London and Bishop. We're actually playing in the same 33A district, so gives you an idea of just how solid and stout the Coastal Bend baseball talent is and always has been traditionally, as this pitch fouled off into the netting behind Reina, and the count full now, 3-2. And the 3-2 pitch on the way from Naranjo. This one a little outside, and it's going to be a walk here and a runner on for the West All-Stars. And coming to the plate from Falafutias, Noah Sanchez with the runner on and nobody out here in the bottom of the third. And here's the pitch from Naranjo. And Sanchez is going to get a piece of that one and foul it off. Over to the right, up and over the net. And the count 0-1. And Naranjo sends that pitch in right down the middle for strike number 2, and the count 0-2. For Falfurias is Noah Sanchez. And the 0-2 pitch from Naranjo. This one comes in outside. And a little high there. Count 1-2, 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Naranjo. Pickoff attempt over to first. Throw is there, not in time. As Reina able to get back on the bag there. And here comes the 1-2 pitch. And this one, a bouncer over the pitcher, and the shortstop has got it and makes the throw. And a nice play there. Runner's going to advance. And after the 6-3. And the runner's going to move over to second. And 1 down here. And from HM King, Justin Guzman coming to the plate. Representing the HM King Bremas. Runner at second, 1 down here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. So Guzman settles in the box here in Naranjo. Readies, and here's the delivery on the first pitch, high and outside for ball 1. And those of you just joining us, once again, this is the CBCA All-Star Game. We're Real Sports Live. I'm Mark Molina here on the call from Cabinets Field, and this wild pitch gets away, and that's going to bring DJ Reina over to third. We're Real Sports Live. Wherever you guys do social media, go look for us, Real Sports Live, RIO Sports Live. Also check out our website, realsportslive.com. And on our social media, our YouTube and our Facebook and Twitter, you can find large archives of previously streamed games. So our live and stream stuff you can find there on those social media platforms. But wherever you guys do social media, go take a look. Also on Instagram there, we have a lot of cool stuff replays of the game, post-game videos, reactions, also on there. So wherever you guys do social media, we are there. Real Sports Live, RIO Sports Live. After that pitch, the count 3-1 here for Guzman. With a runner on third and one down here. And here's the next pitch from Naranjo. This one comes in on the outside edge for strike number 2. The count moves full, 3-2. And the 3-2 pitch from Naranjo. This one comes in, strike number 3, and Guzman goes down looking. And 2 down, runner on third. And from Taft, Christian Barrios coming to the plate for the West All-Stars. With a runner in scoring position, 2 down here. This pitch low and outside for ball 1. Well, the fireworks calming down a little bit here, although the East, as we said, plating 3 runs in the top of the third. The West put up that 4 spot in the bottom of the first, but come up empty in the second and have a man here in scoring position with 2 out, trying to bring in the runner as they trail by 2. And count 3-0 here for Barrios. And Barrios is going to send this one our way and left center, and that's going to be double for him, and he's going to slide back onto the bag, and the runner's going to score, so an RBI double. Going to bring in a runner, and it's now 6-5. And we'll check it out here. Makes good contact here in the left center field. And he comes around, thought about going to third here, but thinks better of it and able to slide and get on the bag there. And RBI double for him, and runner at second, 2 down. And at the plate for the West All-Stars is going to be from Victoria East, Corey Can. 2 down and runner at second to count 1-1. And this one right to the shortstop. Who's going to make the throw to end the inning? And that's going to do it here. We're through 3 complete. The West puts a run across, but the East still leads 6-5. We're through 3. Keep it here, ladies and gentlemen. We're Real Sports Live. We'll be back right after this.
You're going to find the opportunity to purchase the best high-quality scrubs. Soon after I learned about how the EDC was helping out the community, and so I did meet with Ms. Castillo. She made it very easy, very friendly, and she walked me every step of the way. I couldn't have done it without their help.
Come visit our new store in downtown Harlingen. We have furniture, appliances, clothes, collectibles, and more. All funds collected support the Sunny Glen Children's Home. Come see us at Vintage on Jackson at First and Jackson in Harlingen.
A Piece of Cake by Ibarras in Harlingen is a sweet stop for cakes, cookies, and pastries. The best in town for specialty cakes made to order. Sweetbread, cookies, pies, or how about cupcakes? At A Piece of Cake by Ibarras, try a Texas-style cinnamon roll, or how about some tamales? Wedding cakes, graduations, you dream it and they can make it. The best in town is A Piece of Cake by Ibarras in Harlingen.
And he throws it down. Oh! See you later, touchdown.
Hi, my name is Angela Rodriguez, and I am one of the owners here at Main Street Boutique and Bistro. We heard about the rent subsidy grant, so we contacted Rebecca Castillo with the EDC, and she was very helpful. She told us, what we needed to do, the requirements, and helped us go through the application process.
There is a feeling you get when you walk onto a campus.
A sense of love, compassion, and dedication.
An environment that inspires each of our HCISD family members
to do their best and to be their best.
We ground our education on strong character, and together, we will always persist towards the future.
We are a district of choice.
A district of innovation.
And a district of excellence.
We are HCISD.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Top of the first inning from John Paul. The second, JP2's Cody Torres to lead off here in the top of the fourth. Want to remind everybody this is a 9-inning baseball game. As we just got reminded on the loudspeaker. As this one's going to be fouled up and over right behind Cody Torres. And I want to remind everybody as the spring sports come to an end, we are going to be wrapping that up with our Real Sports Live magazine. Our next edition going to be due out later on this upcoming week, so be on the lookout for that. We're going to have a lot of pictures from the spring sports wrapping things up, including the state track meet from all the classifications. We were there covering all 3 days, and from the state baseball and softball tournaments there from the Coastal Bend teams that were represented in all our coverage area. We were there on hand for those, so we're going to recap that and just a little bit of a recap also from baseball and softball season and much more, including the CBCA All-Star games from the baseball, volleyball, and football games that we were at earlier this season. So make sure to keep a lookout for that. The Real Sports Live, the magazine issue. So one down here, and Torres is out, and here coming in from Benavides is going to be Damon Vieira. So one down here in the top of the fourth, and the pitcher for the West All-Star is DJ Reyna on the mound. And delivers this one. It's going to be ball number 1. And the count 1-0. This one coming in a little low. For ball 2, the count 2-0. And this one high and gets by the catcher for ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes here for Benavides' Damian Vieira. And this pitch inside for strike number 1. Count 3-1, 3 balls, 1 strike. And here's the pitch from right now. This one called strike 2. The count moves full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. And 3-2 pitch on the way, and Vieira is going to send this one into center field for the fly out and out number 2, and 2 down here in the top of the fourth. And we did mention our Real Sports Live, the magazine, also going to be coming out late July, early August is going to be our Real Sports Live football preview. And yes, we're planning on that here already at the beginning of the summer. And a lot to do is going to be featuring 100+ teams from the Rio Grande Valley and then the Coastal Bend area. Pictures, details, and all that good stuff. Nice 100+ page slick magazine coming out of our Real Sports Live inaugural football preview. So be on the lookout for that here and later in the summer, as we're going to use that to kick off all our fall activities as we continue to migrate up here north into the Coastal Bend area and continue coverage in the Rio Grande Valley area. All the teams in those 2 areas going to be represented in our football preview. And the count 2-1, 2 balls, 1 strike. And this one getting away. I believe this is Sergio Guerra up to the plate. And the count 3-1. And this pitch in for strike 2, and the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And a 3-2 pitch on the way, and that's going to be ball 4 and a walk. And here comes Blake Bazell. Actually, that was Hondo Bierstedt from Freer who drew the walk, so a runner on first. With 2 downs here for Bazell from Victoria West, and count 0-1. And here's the delivery from Reina. This one a little low, gets away from the catcher, and the count 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. And Reina readying. Here's the delivery. And Bierstedt sliding into second, and he's going to be safe and picks up the stolen base there. So he's going to mosey on over to second now, and it's with 2 down, a runner on second. And the East going to try for a little bit more 2-out magic the last time they were in this situation, able to plate 3 runs on a little 2-out rally for them in the top of the third as this pitch gets away. A bouncer into the catcher, and the count 3-1. And swing missed here for Bazell for strike 2, and the count moves full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And this pitch going to be in for ball 4. Well, they're going to call it an out there, so that's going to end the inning. And the scores remain 6-5 here. We're through 3.5. And it's right now East 6, West 5. And we're going to be headed to the bottom of the 4th inning. Keep it here, ladies and gentlemen. We're Real Sports Live. Back out after this.
Throws it down. Hey! See you later. Touchdown.
America has one army, but we have many soldiers. From the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history, there are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later. Touchdown.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles. How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
Hi, I'm Rodo Rodriguez, and I'm a partner with New York Life Insurance Company. For 170 years, New York Life has built a reputation for building some of the finest agents in the industry. I helped to manage that process from day one. If you're looking to challenge yourself and build an insurance and financial service business, then I would like to show you how I can help.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Bottom of the fourth inning, the East All-Stars unable to put runs across in the fourth inning for the first time all night. They put up 6 runs through the first 3 innings, 2 in the first, 1 in the second, and 3 in the third. But for the West All-Stars, number 18 from Karn City, Rylan Weeding, excuse me. And now on the mound here for the East All-Stars, from Gregory Portland, Walter Yannick. And delivers that first pitch for strike number 1. This pitch comes in inside for ball 1. Evens up the count at 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. And Yannick, 1-1 pitch, delivers that one a little low and outside for ball 2. The count 2-1. And Yannick delivers that one right down the middle and to even up the count at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And here's the 2-2 pitch on the way. And Weeding swings, misses, and he goes down. Strike number 3 for the first out of the inning. And 1 down, nobody on. And coming in from Ingleside is going to be Jacob Lozano. Nobody on, 1 down. And here's the first pitch on the way from Yannick. Lozano swings, misses for strike number 1. And Gregory Portland, the 29 5A district champions. Mentioned a really, really solid baseball district 29 5A was. With Gregory Portland and Corpus Christi veterans, Carroll and Corpus Christi Ray all making runs to at least the 3rd round these playoffs, and really solid outing for 29 5A. Late run there from Carroll, knocking off Gregory Portland in one of those games, and just really gives you an idea of how tough that district was. Count 1-2 here. And the 1-2 pitch in on the way for ball 2. For Lozano, so Lozano count 2-2. 2-2 pitch on the way here from Yannick, and this one down the middle, a little low for ball 3, and the count full. So this is the bottom of the 4th, and it is, as a reminder, a 9-inning baseball game of the CBCA All-Star. And that's going to be strike 3 as Lozano strikes out looking, and 2 down. And coming to the plate from Flower Bluff is going to be Aiden Bettis. 2 down, nobody on. Here in the bottom of the 4th inning. And here's Yannick with the first pitch. Gets away from the catcher for ball number 1. And look at Aiden Bettis. Flower Bluff was in the mix for the postseason as well. Several teams were. And those non-playoff teams in 29 5A, no slouches either. The Moody's and the Kings all put up pretty solid outings throughout the season. Very competitive district as Bettis swings and makes contact here. This one's going to be called foul, and the count moves to 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. So 2 down here. The count 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2 downs and nobody on. And pitch on the way from Yannick. This one a little bit outside for ball 3. And count 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike. For Flower Bless, Aiden Bettis. And the pitch on the way from Yannick, and Bettis pops this one up. And the left fielder making a slide in an effort there, but it's going to fall, and Bettis is going to come across, slide into second for the base hit. And nicely done. And the right fielder coming way up and making a good effort to try to make that play, just could not. And coming up to the plate, Justin Morales with 1 on and 2 out, and we're going to see this play again. Just the right fielder coming in and just doing all he could. Can't ask for more than that, but going to be a double for Bettis, and runner at second with 2 down. And Justin Morales from Robstown at the plate. The first pitch comes in for ball number 1. Here's the second pitch from Yannick. High and outside for ball 2. And the count 2-0. Here's the pitch from Yannick. And this one going to be fouled off over to the right by Morales, and it's going to make the count 2-1, 2 balls, 1 strike after that foul ball. And we are in the bottom of the 4th. It's a 6-5 lead for the East over the West, and Morales ground over to the first baseman, who's going to field the ball there and make the out at first, and that's going to be a runner left stranded here, and we're through 4 complete, and it's a 6-5 lead. The East leads the West. We're headed to the 5th. Keep it here, ladies and gentlemen. We're Real Sports Live, back right after this.
At South Padre Island, be sure to book your place to stay with Island Services. Locally owned for over 40 years. Trusted, reliable for condo and beach house rentals. Call and visit the website today. Island Services.
Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
America has one army, but we have many soldiers. From the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history, there are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
Josh Moody and Coach Rolly Gonzalez of Josh Moody Loans are former Harlingen Cardinals and would like to wish all the teams good luck in tonight's games.
This game is brought to you in part by the Concession Stand in Santa Rosa, a locally owned business providing a terrific atmosphere before or after the games and supporting athletes of all ages. When you're in Santa Rosa, be sure to stop by the Concession Stand and choose from the wide assortment of goodies. An advertising partner with Rio Sports Live is the Concession Stand.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
And welcome back back, ladies and gentlemen. We are in the top of the 5th inning, and leading off here is going to be from Alice, Cy Campos. And for the West All-Stars on the mound, number 10, believe is going to be Jacob Lozano. And it is out of Ingleside, and that first pitch comes in for strike number 1. And Campos at the plate for Alice, and this pitch coming in short, a bouncer for ball number 1. Count 1-1, and in the 4th inning, no runs come across for either team, the first of the night. And it's a 1-run game. The East leads 6-5 over the West All-Stars. And this pitch in, called ball 2. And there's a lot of fireworks early on, as we mentioned. 6 runs come in between the two. The East puts up 2 in the top of the first, and the West puts up that 4th spot. And the East answers with a run in the top of the 2nd, and then 3 in the 3rd, and the West gets one back in the bottom of the 3rd, and a scoreless 4th inning, and we're here 6-5. And we got a pitcher warming up here. Gonna get ready to come in the next inning, just running through pitchers here in this All-Star game. And the count 3-2 here for the leadoff man, Campos. And Campos is going to foul this one off, and we're going to have a full count. And we're going to go to the other side and warm it up in the bullpen for the West. Looks like from Goliad, that's Lane Schneider. We gain a look at it as he warms up in the bullpen. And Campos hits this one over to the second baseman and ground out to second. The play made there for the first out of the inning. And one down here in the top of 5th. And coming up is going to be, also from Alice, is going to be R.J. Carrillo. And another good season in the Coastal Bend from the Alice Coyotes. Another deep playoff run that we can talk about here in the Coastal Bend. And this is R.J. Carrillo to the plate, 1 down, nobody on. And the count 1-0. And this next pitch comes in high for ball 2. This Jacob Lozano on the mound here for the West. And Carrillo going to get a piece of that one and foul it off to the dugout on the 3rd base side. And the count moves 2-1, 2 balls, 1 strike. And the next pitch on the way, and this one into the turf and bouncing over to the catcher, and count 3-1, 3 balls, 1 strike for R.J. Carrillo out of Alice. And next pitch on the way, and this one comes up short again and a bouncer, and it's going to be a walk for Carrillo and 1 on with 1 out here. So coming up is going to be from Santa Gertrudis, Jacob Espinosa with 1 down and a runner on first.
Souvenir? Souvenir? Oh, it's in my trunk. You know me, I carry it.
So Santa Gertrudis is Jacob Espinosa at the plate, who has a runner on, and he's going to put down looking for a bunt there, and they're going to call it foul. count 0-1. And settling back in on the mound is going to be Jacob Lozano. And here's the pitch on the way. And this one comes in low, and another ball thrown by Lozano. And the count 1-0, 1 ball, no strikes. Here for Santa Gertrudis is Espinosa. And Lozano readies. Here's the delivery, and Espinosa makes contact there, and he's going to foul it off behind him and to the left. And the count even at 1. One's across the board. 1 ball. Well, actually, it's going to be strike 2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 1 out here for Espinosa. Here's Lozano getting ready. 1-2 pitch on the way. And Espinosa puts that one into the gap in center, and he's going to be safe at first, and he's going to come back, slide into second, and he's going to be safe, and that's going to put runners at second and third. And nicely done there by Espinosa. Saw an opportunity. And now Chris Garcia from Ben Bolt, Palito Blanco. See here on the replay, Espinosa. There's a throw over to the shortstop, and Espinosa able to slide in safely there. So runners now at second and third, 1 down here. And Chris Garcia from Ben Bolt at the plate, count 0-1. He's got runners in scoring position with 1 down here in the 5th inning, and see if he can take advantage as this ball comes in inside for ball number 1. And this one into left field, and that's going to be an RBI single. And here's Espinosa. He's going to come in as well. 2 runs are going to score. And another couple of runs come in for the East here. And it's an 8-5 lead now for the East All-Stars. And this one just roller into the left, and there's the throw home, and Espinosa able to take advantage a little after that and come in. So we got a runner at second now, and an 8-5 lead for the East. One on, 1 out still. Swing and a miss here for strike number 1. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out, and a runner on. And this one, on a pass ball, is going to allow the runner to move over to third, and that's Chris Garcia. And Gilbert Gonzalez at the plate now for East, from Carroll. And the count 2-1, 2 balls, 1 strike for Gilbert Gonzalez. And Gonzalez swings, gets a piece of that one, fouls it off, and evens the count at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out and a runner at third. And that's Chris Garcia. Here's a 2-2 pitch. Coming in low, and it's going to be called ball. Well, they're going to call it strike 3. And that's going to be 2 down here in the inning. Walter Yannick coming to the plate for the the East All-Stars from Gregory Portland. Walter Yannick got a runner at third, 2 down here. And Yannick makes contact here, pops it up, foul, and it's going to be caught by the first baseman for the third out of the inning. And the East brings across 2 more runs in the top of the 5th. We're through 4.5. We're headed to the bottom of the inning. Keep it here, ladies and gentlemen. This is Real Sports Live. The East All-Stars lead the West 8-5. We'll be back.
And ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
Uniforms, etc., you're going to find the opportunity to purchase the best high quality scrubs. Soon after I learned about how the EDC was helping out the community, and so I did meet with Ms. Castillo. She made it very easy, very friendly, and she walked me every step of the way. I couldn't have done it without their help.
Come visit our new store in downtown Harlingen. We have furniture, appliances, clothes, collectibles, and more. All funds collected support the Sunny Glen Children's Home. Come see us at Vintage on Jackson at First and Jackson in Harlingen.
A Piece of Cake by Ibarras in Harlingen is a sweet stop for cakes, cookies, and pastries. The best in town for specialty cakes made to order. Sweetbread, cookies, pies, or how about cupcakes? At A Piece of Cake by Ibarras, try a Texas-style cinnamon roll, or how about some tamales? Wedding cakes, graduations, you dream it and they can make it. The best in town is A Piece of Cake by Ibarras in Harlingen.
And he throws it down. Oh! See you later, touchdown.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are in the bottom of the 5th inning. New pitcher on for the East All-Stars from Freer is going to be Hondo Bierstedt. Coming to the plate. And leading things off for the West, number 7 from goalie Lane Schneider. Caught a glimpse of him warming up in the bullpen last inning. He's going to lead things off here. First pitch from Bierstedt. Good for strike 1, count 0-1. The 0-1 pitch comes in. This one a little outside for ball number 1. Count even at 1 ball, 1 strike. And this one high outside for ball 2 as Bierstedt working at a quick pace here in his first 3 pitches. And Snyder right past the glove of the third baseman outreach, and it's going to be a leadoff single for him. And a runner at first now. And it's going to be from Cal and Luke Smith coming to the plate now. And Smith hits this one right to the third baseman, who's going to try to get it over to second for the force. And there's the error on the infield, and Smith's going to be safe at first. So runner's going to be at first and second now. And check this one out here, right to the third baseman. In good position to make the throw there. Looks like he might have rushed it just a little bit and allows the runners to be safe at first and second, so 2 on now. With nobody out. And coming to the plate from Calhoun, Dalton Alford, and this pitch comes in for strike number 1. So Alford at the plate, 2 on, nobody out. And the West All-Stars trailing by 3, see if they can get a couple of runs during this inning and try to cut this lead down some as Alford fouls it off over here to the third base side, and the count 0-2 now. And the 0-2 pitch from Bierstedt gets away from the catcher, and the wild pitch allows the runners to move over to second and third. So just like that, the West All-Stars have runners in scoring position. And this pitch comes in outside. And the count 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes here for Alford. 2-2 pitch on the way for Bierstedt. Alford sends this one into deep left, and it's going to fall. And a couple of runs are going to come in, and that's going to be a 2 RBI double for Alford. And the lead's cut down to 1 on a 2 RBI double to deep left. So no outs and 2 down, and let's look at this here. And this one just hit to deep, deep left and allows the runners to come in. And Alford sitting pretty at second base. And this one gets away, and that's going to be Alford moving over to third now. So runner at third now with no outs. Here in the bottom of the 5th, and 2 runs coming across for the West. This one going to be hit right to the shortstop, who's going to make the play and send it over to first for the first out of the inning. 1 down. And it's going to be a RBI ground out to tie the game up. And here comes Sergio Guerra with nobody on. So here comes Sergio Guerra, a 2-run bomb in the bottom of the 1st for the West. Comes to the plate with nobody on and 1 down. Count 1-1. And Guerra makes contact there, and that's going to be foul. And the count going to be 1-2, 1 ball, 2 strikes. So Bierstedt on the mound ready to deliver this pitch. Facing Sergio Guerra from San Diego. And here's the 1-2 pitch. On the way, and Guerra sends this one high and foul, and the count going to stay at 1-2, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nobody on, 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. And it's a tie ball game at 8-all here. The West putting across 3 runs this inning. And Guerra sends this one deep, and he's going to fly out to right center for out number 2. And you see there, that's Isai Campos looking up and trying not to lose it in the lights that are turned on here at Cabinets Field. And Jayren Salais coming up to the plate. Nobody on, 2 outs here for Salais out of Kennedy. And this pitch comes in down the middle for strike number 1. The count 1-1, 1 ball, 1 strike. And Bierstedt delivers this one, and Salais is going to ground out to second for the 3rd out of the inning. That's the 3rd out on the 4-3, but The damage done. The West brings across 3 runs here in the bottom of the 5th. We're through 5, ladies and gentlemen, and it's 8-all here. East versus West, tied at 8. Keep it here. This is Real Sports Live. We're headed to the 6th. Keep it here.
Angela Rodriguez, and I am one of the owners here at Main Street Boutique and Bistro. We heard about the rent subsidy grant, so we contacted Rebecca Castillo with the EDC, and she was very helpful. She told us, you know, what we needed to do, the requirements, and helped us go through the application process.
There is a feeling you get when you walk onto a campus.
A sense of love, compassion, and dedication.
An environment that inspires each of our HCISD family members
to do their best and to be their best.
We ground our education on strong character, and together, we will always persist towards the future.
We are a district of choice.
A district of innovation.
And a district of excellence.
We are HCISD.
And he throws it down. Oh! See you later, touchdown.
America has one army, but we have many soldiers. From the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history, there are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
And he throws it down. Oh! See you later, touchdown.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles. How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Top of the 6th inning. Malachi Lott leading things off here for the East All-Stars. Malachi Lott out of Gregory Portland. And on the mound, out of Goliad, is going to be Lane Schneider checking in. So 8-all here. Brand new ball game. It's been neck and neck pretty close on. And just run down the scoring for you guys a little bit. East and West. East 2 in the first, 1 in the second, 3 in the third, none in the fourth, 2 in the fifth, and going over to the West, 4 in the first, none in the second, 1 in the third, and 3 in the fifth here, and here we are at 8-all. 8 hits for the East, 9 for the West. West with a couple of errors and 1 for the East. So that's your little rundown here, and this is going to be a lot flying out to right field, to left field, for out number 1. And that one caught there by DJ Reina out of Bishop. And Garrett Luke out of Beeville coming to the plate, 1 down. And nobody on here in the top of the 6th inning. As mentioned, 9-inning game. This pitch low and outside from Schneider for ball number 1. I want to remind everybody who's watching, let everybody know that you are watching. Give the link a like and a share, whether it be on Facebook or Twitter or YouTube, wherever you guys are watching us. Let everybody know, and if they're looking for it, point them in the right direction. And give us a follow on wherever you guys use social media. That's Real Sports Live, RIO Sports Live. Check out our website, realsportslive.com. And this pitch comes in down the middle for strike number 1, and the count 2-1 for Garrett Luke. So Luke ready in the batter's box, and here's the delivery by Schneider on the 2-1 pitch. This one down the middle for strike 2, even things out now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out here. And swing. Miss there, and Luke reaching for that one a little bit, and that's going to be strike 3 for out number 2. 2 down here and nobody on. And coming to the plate is going to be John Martinez out of London. As we mentioned, Martinez fresh off just a quick turnaround, just got off the field yesterday around a little after noon after falling to Malakoff in the Class 3A state championship game. Where they fall 8-7, and as much of a heartbreaker game as you're going to watch there. But a great season for the London Pirates, reaching state for the first time in any team sport. So not only a banner year for the baseball program, but for all of London athletics. And here's an error in center field. And Martinez is going to come across the second base. And the routine play dropped. And just a little bit of a familiar look for Martinez. There was a error yesterday in that championship game. Just, as we mentioned, just a rough bottom of the 7th inning for those London Pirates. One of them being an error in the outfield and another at third. And just a good effort from London. Just went out there, exhausted their bullpen, threw 5 arms yesterday. After Cade Budd on Friday morning threw just the gem 2-hitter complete game effort to get them to the state game, and exhausted all their arms, just coming up short. And here's a hit right up the middle from Samuel Mays, and that's going to be an RBI single from him, and it's going to be the East All-Stars taking the lead back to score Martinez, and it's 9-8. And 2 down and a runner at first now. And Josh Moreno coming to the plate for Banquete. 2 down and a runner at first. And I want to remind everybody again, later on this week, keep a lookout, and on all our social media accounts will let you know how you can get your hands on Real Sports Live, the magazine edition. We're going to be wrapping up spring sports, going back to track. So if you had from the coastal athletes at the state track meet from the Coastal Bend and the Rio Grande Valley, keep an eye out for that, as we have results and photos from the state track meet and much, much more that happened here on the tail end of the spring sports season. All-star games from the CBCA, from volleyball, football, and basketball, as well as here softball and baseball. And wrapping up the softball and baseball seasons, and as we covered those teams making the trek all the way to the state tournament in the softball and baseball. Bishop and Cal Island on the softball side, and Sinton and London over on the baseball side. So that and more in our Real Sports Live, the magazine edition, set to come out later on this week. Keep your eyes peeled for that one. And later on towards the end of the summer, our Real Sports Live football preview, our inaugural football preview. It's going to be a nice slick edition magazine, 100 plus teams and 100 plus pages, so make sure to get a look at that, covering the football teams in the Coastal Bend and the Rio Grande Valley regions. So a lot in the work here, not only on our streaming platforms, but print and online. And Moreno's going to draw the walk. So 2 on with 2 outs. And with 2 on and 2 outs, Joey Naranjo coming to the plate. With the East All-Stars now with a 9-8 lead and putting up another run. The East All-Stars putting up runs now in 5 of the 6 innings. Just consistent scoring on their end. With the West, as we mentioned, they're only trailing by a run, 9-8. They've had some big innings in the bottom of the first and the bottom of the 5th, in which they put up 4 and 3 runs respectively in those innings. And Naranjo here at the plate with a 2-0 count. And this next pitch comes in for ball 3. As you get a look at Schneider there on the mound. So each team recording 9 hits. The East 9 hits, driving in 9 runs, and the West 9 hits, driving in 8 runs. The West with 3 errors and 1 over for the East. Quick little box score in session there for y'all. And Naranjo at the plate has a count 3-0, and this pitch comes in high and outside, and 4 pitches, 4 balls for Naranjo as he's going to take his base, and that's going to load the bases. So Adrian Ortiz with a nice opportunity here. 2 down and the bases juiced. See if he can make something happen, add to his team's lead here as this first pitch from Snyder comes in low for ball number 1. And here's next pitch from Snyder. This one a little high for ball 2. And Ortiz ahead of the count, 2-0. Here's a pitch from Schneider, and Ortiz pops this one up. And this one's going to fall, and it looks like the center fielder came up and lost it there. And a couple of runs going to score here, or 1 run's going to score. And the runner's at first and third now. And his runners on the corners after 2 runs coming in, so it's now 11-8. So that error in center field, a costly one there. So this one back, and it's going to fall, heading towards the wall, and 1 run's going to come in. And that's going to be a 2 RBI triple. And that's going to be a triple there for Perales to bring in another couple of runs there. And they're going to have a meeting on the mound here as Snyder is going to be relieved as he's going to walk off the field, and we're going to get a new pitcher in here. And as 4 more runs come in here in the top of the 6th for the East All-Stars. And it's been a rough one here in this inning, and it's a 4-run lead for the East All-Stars as the new pitcher going to come in. So as we wait for that here, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. This is Real Sports Live. Keep it here.
I'm a partner with New York Life Insurance Company. For 170 years, New York Life has built a reputation for building some of the finest agents in the industry. I help to manage that process from day one. If you're looking to challenge yourself and build an insurance and financial service business, then I would like to show you how I can help.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
Whether you're visiting or vacationing at South Padre Island, be sure to book your place to stay with Island Services. Locally owned for over 40 years. Trusted, reliable for condo and beach house rentals. Call and visit the website today. Island Services. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
America has one army, but we have many soldiers. From the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history, there are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. New pitcher on the mound. Here it's going to be Austin Schwartz out of Cueto. And this one going to be caught there for the third out. No, wait. I have a throwing error, excuse me. And looks like the ball came down here, so another. So 2 down here, and then new. So 2 down, runner at second. And Aaron Swedish from Banquete. It's now 13-8 in favor of the East, and a runner at second, 2 down, and first pitch from Schwartz comes in for strike number 1. Schwartz delivers this pitch, low and into the turf for ball 1. Count even 1 at 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. And swing and a miss here for Swedish for strike number 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 down, runner at second. And Swedish is going to foul this one off, and the count going to stay at 1-2. And this pitch from Schwartz into the turf, and 2's across the board here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and a runner at second for the East All-Stars as they lead now 13-8. And Swedish is going to send this one into left field, and a run's going to score. RBI single, and another run comes across, and Swedish slides into second. And it's now 14-8. So Ryan Thomasy from George West coming in. And check out the replay here. We got a runner on, 2 outs, and Swedish sends that one into left field. And nice contact here as the runner scores. So we got a runner at second. And it's a 14-8 lead here in the East. Continues its consistency, putting up 6 runs, by far the biggest here of the night for both teams. And Thomasy puts this one in play, and another run's going to score. And an RBI single brings in Swedish. And they continue to pour it on. It's a 15-8 lead here for the East All-Stars. And JP2's Cody Torres comes to the plate with the runner at first and 2 down. And another base hit here, and this is going to be a stand-up double here for Torres. And Thomasy is going to move over, so now runners at second and third. And the East continuing to pour it on here. They got more runners in scoring position. It's a 7-run ball game. And out of Benavides, Damon Vieira with runners at second and third. 2 out here in the top of the 6th inning. 15 runs on 13 hits for the East All-Stars. On this pitch, and called strike 1. You know, 1 pitch on the way from Schwartz, and Vieira swings, misses, and the count 0-2. And this pitch low. Called ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The count here for Vieira. And Vieira going to foul this one off. And the count 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 runners on and 2 outs here on top of the 6th inning. A 6th inning in which the East All-Stars have played it 7 runs as this pitch comes in. Called strike 3, and that's going to end the inning. And Schwartz gets out of a rough inning. And 7 runs come across for the East All-Stars. They lead 15-8 through 5.5 innings. Keep it here, ladies and gentlemen. Head to the bottom of the 6th. We're Real Sports Live. We'll be back.
Coach Rolly Gonzalez of Josh Moody Loans are former Harlingen Cardinals and would like to wish all the teams good luck in tonight's games.
This game is brought to you in part by the Concession Stand in Santa Rosa, a locally owned business providing a terrific atmosphere before or after the games and supporting athletes of all ages. When you're in Santa Rosa, be sure to stop by the Concession Stand and choose from the wide assortment of goodies. An advertising partner with Rio Sports Live is the Concession Stand.
And he throws it down. Oh! See you later, touchdown.
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire